Hello people, this is Power here with a review of the Ultraman Z DX Ultra Metal Delta Rise Claw set. So after two sets of having medals that comprise of finishers, here is Z's in-show final form, Delta Rise Claw, comprised of Zero Beyond, Jeed, Primitive specifically, and Belial Atrocious, which is again a really interesting combo. And as you can see here, they're in the gold rims, just like the Jeed and the Zero and Jeed medal. And obviously the back just says typical stuff. So let's just get straight into this. So here we have the medals, obviously. Let's just get it over with. So obviously these ones being unique because they're very similar to the Zero and G medal, which I'll compare later. Obviously, the first medal we have here is Zero Beyond, which I think this is actually saying the entire full name, which is interesting. I really like the side portrait, and it's really interesting that Zero Beyond this time around is just yellow. I think it's supposed to be. I think it's because it's supposed to like represent the galaxy. I forgot what they called it for the figure arts, but you know the special version of the special version of Zero Beyond that he gained through that what do you call it, mini series. But here's Zero because obviously this is what this evolves into. I don't want to call it the galaxy color. Next up, we have Jeed to complete the new generation heroes. Obviously, he's red. And obviously, as I said, here's the Zero and Jeed medal. Last but not least, here's Belial Atrocious. Atrocious? Atrocious. I combined the way that the Z Riser is going to pronounce it and how I typically pronounce it. But he's purple again. And again, this is a pretty long name. Speaking of, here's just normal Belial. So this is quite an evolution. But yeah, let's take these to the Z Riser. Okay, so like what I did with Gamma Future, I'm going to use Jeed because Jeed does not have a designated fusion with these three metals. Gosh. Atrocious. So there are those long transformations. So surprisingly, obviously, well, not surprisingly, obviously Jeed Primitive or Jeed's medal is just the same as just having the card, so pretty typical. And Belial Atrocious, I think it's the same thing as when you typically just do a Kaiju fusion for Belial, so nothing new technically. So finishers. So there are the finishers for the respective metals. So you get the bulky course, wrecking burst, and I don't know atrocious. But now, let's switch cards and use hierarchies, because obviously that's the entire point. So you actually get a new folding sound or sliding sound, and obviously you just press it like normal. And there we get the transformation for Ultraman Z Delta Rise Call. I absolutely love the jingle so much. I constantly said this a lot. It reminds me so much of Doom. I don't know why, but like it just sounds like something from like a 90s first-person shooter. And you know, it can be Quake or Doom, like either one of those two essentially. And the attacks are the same. Now for the finisher. Obviously we get that again. And there we get the finisher for Delta Rise Call Zetsim Korin. I don't know if he actually did it because I haven't watched the show. And that's kind of it of what you can do with this set, because obviously Zero Beyond and Belial Atrocious can't really do anything. However, we have Jeed here, and if you can recall, Orb can be used with 2 additional metals to create his fusion. So if we take Ultraman and Belial again, and you know, scan it through. So just like Orb, you can actually do fusion rises with Jeed's metal. And if you're wondering like, oh, what's the difference besides the light combination? So, just essentially just kind of like the metal itself, and obviously because it's not the access card, it just won't say the finisher. So, essentially, it's like yes, you can make fusion rises without Riku's access card, but obviously the added bonus of actually having Riku's access card is him shouting out the finishers. So, yeah. Um, I'm not going to go through all of the fusion rises, obviously. If you want that, watch the demo. So overall, this is a really nice set, just because it's actually nice that they actually did release Zets in show final form in one of these sets. Obviously, I guess the biggest downside is that just because it's comprised of like just stuff that already like it's just comprised of like things that just don't have fusions or don't have like previously like established combinations that you just can't really do much with it besides just recreating the fusion rises that you can already make. So I can see that being a downside. But honestly, I like this set nevertheless, just because I really like the sounds for Delta Rise Claw, and I think Delta Rise Claw is a cool form itself, too. I think I forgot to state this with Gamma Future, but this and that set are kind of on the expensive side. They're not too bad. However, like, I guess because I didn't actually state this, these metal sets are supposed to be like 600, like about. But Gamma Future and this set you're going to find for like at least $10 to $12 just because they are forms. So you're gonna have to run into that. I'm dumb and was too impatient and got this right away off of Amazon Japan for $13, and then like a week after it dropped to like $7. So yeah, that's really it for this review. Um, so this is PowerRider, and I'll leave you people. Bye. Yeah, rough endings.